So we are starting off with wave optics, and wave optics deals with obviously wave properties of optics. And remember the wave equation y equal to a sine omega t minus kx, where this omega t minus kx is called the phase. And when we discussed about alternating current, we also discussed a little about the wave equation, right? This y is the displacement and a is the amplitude, or a maximum amount of displacement. Is that clear? Now the question. Listen to it very clear. We all know about wave, but do you know anything about wavefront? Wavefront क्या होता है?
A part of wave.
फर्स्ट वेव
कभी देखा है पानी में स्टैग्नेंट वाटर में अगर हम लोग एक स्टोन ड्रॉप करते हैं तो उसमें रिपल्स क्रिएट होता है, वो एक्चुअली वेव्स नहीं है। जो रिपल्स हम लोग देखते हैं ना, those are actually wavefront. हाँ, the circle that spreads out, those are actually wavefront. क्यों? क्योंकि they are made up of innumerable waves. So if you drop a stone over here, it creates ripples like this, and those ripples gradually spread out, right? So these ripples which are spreading out, these are actually made up of infinite number of waves. These are actually crest positions. If a wave is being drawn over here, these positions are actually the what positions? Crest positions. Okay, or in between them lies the trough positions. ये मैंने एक ही वेव ड्रॉ किया, ऐसे infinite number of waves are actually traveling in all possible directions. Okay, now how do we get to see these lines then? How do we get to see these lines? And if you observe it carefully, these circles that spread out, they are perfect circles. मतलब ऐसे थोड़ा distortion कहीं पर कुछ नहीं होता है, एकदम perfect circle में produce होता है. ऐसे कैसे हो जाता है? How does this happen? It is because in a particular medium, the wave propagates with a particular speed. तो अगर मैंने यहाँ पर disturbance शुरू किया, एक wave यहाँ से यहाँ तक, मान लो 5 सेंटीमीटर आया in a certain time, same disturbance will also move in the other direction exactly 5 centimeter in the same time. So if you take all those points, of course, they will form a what? A circle, right? So this circle is made up of infinite number of waves, right? Infinite number of waves make up this circle. So this is actually the locus. Locus of what? Locus of all the points that are vibrating in the same phase. Okay. So what is a wavefront? Wavefront is nothing but all the points collected together which are vibrating in the same phase.
लोकस क्या होता है सर?
Locus is the path taken up by a moving point, or a surface taken up by a moving point, moving line. Okay. So write this down. Open up your copies. Write this down. Wavefront So what is wavefront? Wavefront is locus of all the points vibrating in the same phase. Locus of all the points vibrating in the same what? Phase. Same phase. उसे हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं?
वेवफ्रंट.
So can you understand that wavefront is not necessarily two-dimensional. It can be also three-dimensional. Why? Like if a person is speaking, then every person in all directions will be able to listen to his sound, right? How? Because the sound waves are propagating in all possible directions. So if you take up all the points that are in the same phase, in case of a three-dimensional structure, it will form up a what? Sphere. Three-dimensional circle হবে না, it will become a sphere. Is that clear? So wavefront are of three types. তিনটে types of wavefront আমরা একটা হচ্ছে spherical wavefront for when the source is point source. from a point source. Second is cylindrical wavefront. For linear source, and third is what? Plane wavefront for the source at large distance. Clear? Vinay? When the source is at a large distance, the wavefront becomes plane. Now, there is a proper directional relationship between the waves and wavefront. Look at this. Waves कौन दिखे propagate करते हैं? They are propagating from the center outwards directly, right? All possible directions. Yes or no? So the direction of propagation of wave and the wavefront, how are they related direction-wise?
In the same direction, perpendicular.
Right. They are all because the wave travels along the radial direction and these wavefronts are the tangents to the sun. Alright? So they are always perpendicular to each other. So write this down. The waves are always perpendicular. The waves are always perpendicular to the wavefront. 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 Okay? And the waves actually propagate perpendicular to the wavefront. So whenever you draw a wavefront around, look at a wavefront, then the waves will be always perpendicular. Alright? So in your assignment you will find the diagrams for spherical, cylindrical and planar wavefronts just at the top. Alright? Now we have a small discussion. Listen to it very carefully. Yeah? What discussion? Before this we have done ray optics, right? Ray optics kya hai? So ray optics when we have treated the rays to be traveling in straight lines. Geometrical optics we call it. Why? Because all the geometrical concepts are applicable. And that's why ray optics will be assumed the rays to be traveling in straight lines, perfect straight lines. But in wave optics, we'll get to understand that light actually travels in waves. Why? Because there is some phenomena which direct rays will not prove. But when we treat the rays as waves, we will prove those particular conditions like interference, diffraction and polarizations. This can happen only in waves, not in other characteristics. Is that clear? तो हम लोग सारा situations पढ़ेंगे, but before that we need to study a rule.